Yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, no, no. New game again. Alright. Mission, make everyone like us. Alright, yeah. So I'm thinking a Sayori poem is the way to start this out. And we need to pick, like, a mix of words that both of these two will enjoy so that they don't feel alienated. So let's start with cry. Hurts. That's like 2 negative words. I think laugh Sayori, is it not? Yeah, laugh Sayori. You know, awesome is. So that's like 2 and 2 so far. Sparkle? Okay, that would be 3. Let's go childhood. I want to say raindrops is Yuri. Maybe, yeah, it is. I'm sure Sayori would still like it though. We'll just pick a Natsuki word to balance it out. There, see? Okay. There's sadness and death. Next, we'll go with, how about peaceful and fun. Is broken a Sayori word? It is. It's broken. How about color? We're gonna get it, you guys. We're gonna get it. There's silly and hopeless and music. And we'll finish it off. Oh wait, I've lost track. Well, I know dark is first too. Marriage. See how we did? Sayori loves our poem. Natsuki likes it. Yuri likes it. Hey! Alright. I think that's what we needed. And we should be okay to just write regular poems for the rest of them. But you know what? I'm just gonna save over my other poem game slot. Just in case this doesn't work out. So now, we want either Natsuki or Yuri. They're kind of mutually exclusive anyway, so we'll just go in the order we did them before. We'll go Yuri first. Determination. Heartbeat. Oh, well. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt to throw in some Natsuki words so she doesn't totally hate it. Meh. Philosophy. Uncontrollable. Unrestrained. Tenacious. Marshmallow, the most Yuri word of all. Contamination. Anime. Suicide. Fluffy. Imagination. Variance. Unstable. I feel like that's enough Yuri words to make sure it's hers. But we'll just go back and forth a little bit here too. Yeah. Just a little bit. Sayori liked it. Natsuki also liked it. And Yuri loved it. Okay, we're gonna roll here now. Let's not mess up the final inning. Let's save it again. Save it again. We're gonna get that Monika route. Natsuki. And then there's like no Natsuki words right off the bat. Well, fine, we'll start with a Yuri word. How about that? You won't see that coming, yeah. Alright, so we got one Natsuki word so far. Here's, let's see, I kind of had a feeling it was Sayori's. 2 Natsuki words, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. 11? 12. Alright, if 12 isn't gonna do it, then I don't know what. Because now Yuri, even if they were all Yuri words, they couldn't possibly outclass her, so. Portrait. Extreme. Extraordinary. Oops. Misery. And, Fester. Yuri liked it. But she's upset. Natsuki loved it. And Yuri liked it. Alright. Monika takes notice of your popularity with other girls. Alright, time to decide who to spend the weekend with. Everyone looks straight at me. I'm gonna spend it with Monika. You can't stop me. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika.
Yay, you picked me! Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Hallie was the one who... That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with the ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monika. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monika. If we want our events to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. Fine, fine. It's clearly very important to the two of you to get help with your part of the festival. So here's what we'll do.
I bet she makes them help each other.
Yuri, Natsuki, I will personally be helping each of you in turn tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I mean, that works too.
We should be able to finish Natsuki's cupcakes and Yuri's decorations if we budget our time properly.
Yuri and Natsuki look at each other in surprise. This clearly isn't the resolution they were hoping for.
But what about Hallie? He will be helping me out on Sunday. It'll be a busy weekend for me, but I'm sure I can manage it. That should address all your complaints about making responsible decisions for the club. And let's not have any more talk of ulterior motives.
Yuri and Natsuki still look uncomfortable, but seem uncertain what to say.
But why do you want to spend time with Hallie so much anyway? Well, I had hoped it could be a surprise for the festival. But I have a project I'm working on that could really use Hallie's help. A project? What kind of project? You'll see. I'd still like to have some surprises in store. So, now that our resources are distributed properly, I trust there are no further objections. Good. Then I think that's all for today. I know that everyone here will do their best to make the festival a resounding success.
An uncomfortable silence hangs in the air as everyone leaves for the day. I start to head out the door behind Yuri and Natsuki when Monika stops me.
Going somewhere? Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?
Suddenly finding myself alone with Monika makes my heart beat faster. Yeah, that was a little unexpected.
I thought we should take a moment to discuss our plans for Sunday. And as much fun as it would be to try to track you down, it would probably be easier if we exchange phone numbers now.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Things got a bit weird back there.
That's all right. And don't worry about Yuri and Natsuki. I'll handle them.
Once we've exchanged phone numbers, I can't help but think how unreal this is. I've known Monika for over a year, but somehow I never imagined I would have the class star's phone number.
So I'm thinking I'll meet you at your place and we'll go from there.
My place?
Is there a problem?
No, that's fine. I'll have to remember to clean my room when I get back home. What am I thinking? I'm not going to be bringing Monika into my bedroom, am I?
Easy there, no need to look so anxious.
Sorry, I'm, just a little nervous about what we're going to be doing. I mean, you said we'll be working on a surprise project or something?
Well, believe me, I would love to fill you in on the details, but it's something I want to take my time with. So I hope you don't mind if we hold off until then.
Sure, if you think that's best.
Good, I'm looking forward to it. See you on Sunday.
I can't believe it. Monika's coming to my house. I don't think I've ever been this anxious. She even said she's looking forward to it. I feel dizzy and lightheaded from exhilaration all the way home. I hope I can remain calm enough to not embarrass myself in front of her. In any case, I can't wait. Sunday can't come soon enough. It's Sunday already. I haven't gotten any less anxious about Monika coming over. It all still feels very surreal. I hear the doorbell and my heart skips a beat.
Hey, Hallie.
Hey, Monika? What's with the school uniform? I'm not sure what I expected her to be wearing, but it seems odd that she would be in uniform outside of school. I can't help feeling a little disappointed.
Well, that will become clear soon enough. And this mod is really old, so there might not have been any outfits for me. Come on, let's go for a walk.
A walk? Where are we going?
Someplace special. Just joking. We need to print out the pamphlets, silly. We're going to Kinko's. And I know just the place to do it.
Okay, lead the way. We walk along the street in silence for a few minutes. This shouldn't be so strange and nerve-wracking for me. After all, we're just two people walking to a coffee shop, right? But I'm still wondering about what she has planned today. Plus, there was something ominous in her tone when she mentioned it at school. Maybe I'm overthinking things. I try to put it from my mind.
It's good to see you enjoying your time in the literature club.
Well, yeah. I mean, sure, I was reluctant to join at first, but you could say it's really grown on me.
I'm glad. And I'm really glad that you're getting along with everyone else in the club. That's what's most important to me. It's quite gratifying seeing new friendships being formed, you know.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Have you had the chance to do any reading in the past few days?
Well, I read some of that book that Yuri gave me. It's kind of dark, but I guess that's to be expected. It's still pretty enjoyable to read.
Oh yes, Portrait of something?
Portrait of Markov.
Right. Yuri doesn't talk much, but she seems really enthusiastic about that particular book. I keep telling myself I should check it out someday to see what all the fuss is about.
I haven't read a lot of it yet, but it looks like it's building up to something really good. Like, there are hints that the eye symbol on the front cover is going to play a strong role. I'm curious to see where it goes. And, I mumble uncertainly. I may have looked at some of Natsuki's manga.
There's no need to feel embarrassed about that. As Natsuki would say, manga is literature. It's the one about baking, right? Parfait Girls?
I feel relieved that Monika isn't making fun of me for it. Yeah, it's actually better written than I expected. To be honest, at first I was put off by the cover. Those pink pastel colors and all the brightly smiling schoolgirls. It's almost aggressively cute, you could say.
Just like Natsuki, right?
Haha, yeah. And that's how it starts. But you quickly see there's more to each of the characters than it first appears. And it gets really good later on. Monika gives me a bemused look.
How much of it have you read again?
I mean, well, I flipped ahead to a later issue to see where the story is going. It looks like it's got some pretty cool fourth wall breaking moments later on. And now I wish I hadn't spoiled it because I think it would have been a lot more fun to be surprised.
Breaking the fourth wall can be a questionable tactic while writing a story. It can easily kill the mood if it's done poorly. But if it's done properly, it can be amazing. For example, if it's a comedy, it can help highlight the absurdity of the character's situation. Or if it's horror, it can create the uncomfortable feeling that something isn't quite right in the character's world. Personally, I think it's best if the writer drops subtle hints that the characters are self-aware without outright saying it. Not at first, at least. That way, it leaves things up to the player's imagination. I mean the reader's imagination. That was a weird slip of the tongue. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, it's good that you've embraced such a wide variety of writing styles. It really looks like you're getting into the spirit of the literature club.
I suddenly become conscious of how familiar the path is that we're on. Because I walk this way every day. I don't think we're heading to a coffee shop. Monika, are we going to the school?
That's right.
Why?
It's where we're going to be printing out the pamphlets. Also, I've got a surprise for you.
Ah, of course, the surprise project. I guess it makes sense to do it at school, if it's for the festival.
You'll see.
As we approach the school, Monika produces a set of keys. She selects one from the set and uses it to unlock the front door. Wow, they really just gave you the keys to the school, Monika? It seems a little odd to me. Why does she have keys to the school? Yes, yeah.
Let's just say it's one of the perks of being president.
Monika winks at me as she goes inside, holding the door open for me. I hesitate to enter. It feels really strange that there's no one around, either inside or outside the school.
There's nothing to be scared of. Come on.
Monika smiles sweetly at me. I reluctantly follow her inside. It's eerily quiet. I've never seen the school this empty before. We walk down the hallway together. Monika has a cheerful spring in her step as she walks. Where are we going?
Our first stop is the school library.
Are you sure this is okay? This feels really weird.
Oh, you worry too much. I come here all the time. Every school day I'm always surrounded by people. Everyone wants my attention because I'm popular. It's exhausting. So I find it cathartic to be able to walk around here on weekends. It's a liberating feeling to be able to wander these halls with no one to bother me. It also gives me the chance to practice the piano undisturbed.
She flashes me another smile. As we reach the library, Monika pulls out the set of keys again. She selects a different one and uses it to unlock the library door. What about those keys, though? How did you get them?
I got them from a teacher. I promise it's okay.
Monika turns on a library computer that's connected to the printer. She pulls out a flash drive and plugs it into the computer, while I stand in the hall watching her.
This flash drive has the finished pamphlet that Sayori sent me. It's all ready to print.
I still feel uneasy about all this. Something about it just doesn't add up. They don't give school keys to students just because they're club presidents, Monika. It's got you there.
Sigh. Well, if you must know, it's all about knowing who to approach and how to approach them. Everyone sees me as this popular class star student. So none of the teachers ever suspected I'm up to something.
Monika winks.
One day, I told Mr. Rainier that I needed supplies for my club as he was heading out for the day. And I persuaded him to let me borrow his keys so I could get what I needed from his room. I returned his keys when I was done with them, of course. But not before I stepped down to the locksmith to get all of them copied. And they didn't question it at all. He still doesn't know I did it.
This is really unexpected. I'm seeing a whole other side of Monika that I didn't know existed. And it sounds like no one else knows either. I wonder why she's sharing this with me. He really just gave you his keys, just like that?
Well, you know, all I have to do is give him a sweet smile and he'll pretty much give me whatever I want. I think he's got a thing for little girls in school uniforms.
Ew.
Between you and me, he's a bit of a perv. In fact, I make sure to warn the other girls away from him. You're lucky you don't have to worry about that sort of thing from him because you're a guy. I consider reporting him from time to time, but still, I can't deny that he has his uses.
Monika smiles again. I think it's the same smile she always shows, but somehow it looks more mischievous than I remember. She turns back to the computer to load up the pamphlet and starts printing them out. A lot of what she's saying makes me uneasy, and not just what I learned about one of our teachers. What have I gotten myself into by coming here? It sounds like we're breaking all kinds of school rules. So basically, we're not supposed to be here. Aren't you worried about getting caught?
No, and you shouldn't either. No one is going to show up, and even if they do, I'm well known enough that anyone who sees us will assume I have some kind of official business here. They won't question it, especially with the festival coming up tomorrow. And besides, my uniform makes it pretty clear that I belong here. So it helps my credibility.
I guess Monika really has thought this through. I never imagined that she could be so devious. I'm still reeling from everything she told me. If this was another story, she could be a supervillain or something. Haha. Once the pamphlets are finished printing, she picks up the stack of papers. Each pamphlet is several pages, so they'll need to be folded together. She grabs her flash drive, turns off the computer, and goes back into the hallway.
Come along, we've got one more stop to make.
I follow along, trying to hide my exasperation. Where are we going now?
Well, these pamphlets aren't going to fold themselves. I know just the place where we can sit down and do that.
I'm still not comfortable with all of this.
Oh, come on, Hallie. Where's your sense of adventure? This is fun. It's exciting. Why can't you be excited too? Don't you ever feel like doing something a little rebellious?
I'm fine doing fun and exciting things, but we don't have to break the rules to do it.
We're not hurting anyone, Hallie. Nothing bad is going to happen. Honestly, this line of conversation is getting tiresome. And frankly, I'm a bit disappointed in you. I had hoped you could share in my excitement of having this time alone together. But I suppose it's understandable. It's my fault for making too many assumptions about you and your personality. I'll tell you what.
Monika pulls out her keys again as we approach the music room.
Let me show you just one thing in here. After that, you can leave and do whatever you want. You can even go report my rule breaking to the teachers. Though I'm pretty confident that you won't after you see this.
She unlocks the door and opens it. I hesitate again, more uncertain than ever. This just feels wrong. There was a time when I would have done anything to spend time alone with Monika. But it's very clear now that I really know nothing about her. And something tells me I should just walk away. Monika seems saddened by my hesitation.
Please, Hallie. This is really the only thing I brought you here for. Obviously, I didn't actually need your help to print and fold pamphlets. I promise this will be of interest to you. Just give me 5 minutes of your time.
Just 5 minutes? What can she show me in 5 minutes? I suppose it couldn't hurt to stick around a little longer. And I can't help but feel a bit guilty seeing the dejected look on her face. Okay, 5 minutes. Monika instantly brightens up again.
You won't regret it.
She enters the music room and I follow.